Hey everyone, it is Brian Kaz here. Also joined by my friend and business partner Sean Casey. If you can hear my voice and see my screen, which is basically just like a PowerPoint screen, um, just say a quick yes in the chat box, just so I know I'm not just only talking to myself here. Okay, all right, tons and tons and tons of yeses. All right. So all fine and dandy there. Pretty exciting call for you this week. We've actually changed up a few of the calls and such. I know last week we gave like a rough order of calls. We changed up a couple things just because on next week's call, the free software that you'll get then, we wanted to make there was like a couple updates that we wanted to get done first. We kind of switched two of those weeks around, but this call right here is a real exciting one. And this is, I think, probably one of our, if not the biggest secrets we have in terms of how to build a list in almost any niche super fast. And that includes both free as well as paid ways. But even if you do the paid way, there's methods we have where you can actually earn like money or earn like a profit very quickly off of that, sometimes even upfront on day one, and tons of ways to also basically do that stuff for free. And what's real exciting about this one here is we actually built a business from this, or I should say we basically grew a business that we partnered with a guy on, gosh, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years back, somewhere around that time. And at the time, he was basically doing about like $6,000 a month, and we applied a lot of our marketing skills and a lot of these methods and stuff, and we were able to explode that to over time to basically closer to about $500,000 a month, and basically growing. And one of the reasons why we were able to basically grow that was the ability to grow a list fast and to also make money off those leads. Another thing that you'll also learn is not only how to build those lists fast, but a couple tricks on how to monetize those lists and make money off it fast, including a method that we use a ton that if you follow it step by step, you can sometimes make more money in a few days than a lot of businesses can make in like an entire month. And you can apply this to almost any niche out there. So pretty exciting call. And as always, for those of you, if this is your first call that you basically joined us on, how it basically works is we'll share a bunch of content and stuff with you. Partway through, we'll also basically talk about some free software, free resources and stuff that you can get. And we'll either give you a link to that on the call, or we'll basically demo it and show it off. And then once the call is done, we'll email you with basically access to the freebies and such right there. And if there's any questions or anything like that you can feel free to basically type those in the chat box. There are a lot of you on this call, so it's not like I can stop every minute to basically answer a question, because we'd be here for like an entire day. But while I'm basically doing the presentation, I'll be like glancing at the questions and stuff and answering some, and Sean and Sharon are also on this call, and they'll be actually texting responses back while I basically talk, just to keep the flow well. And towards the end of the call, we'll have some time where I'll basically answer some essentially questions and stuff live as well. So once again, we'll get the show on the road. My name is Brian Kaz, and I'm joined by my friend and business partner Sean Casey, and this is Money Hacks webinar number 2 of 4, and this is the second freebie offer that you'll get. In fact, there's actually a few of them on this call right here. So there's a few things that you'll get for free. It's like your own version of basically trick-or-treating. So a bit about this training. We'll have these calls on Thursday at 7 p.m. London time for the next 4 weeks. This is the second week, so there's 2 weeks left, next Thursday and the Thursday after. They'll always be at 7 p.m. London time. So we're halfway through once we're basically done with this. And on each of the calls, you'll get some kind of free software or basically tool and such for free. Now, a little bit about what you'll get on these calls. Well, on last week's call, which again, we have the replay up of that in case you missed that, we gave out what we basically refer to as the free funnel planner, which is a really awesome tool. that basically helps you grow and basically plan out almost any business you want. So you can kind of quickly, easily, and see, what maybe is making a business like not do as well as it could, what changes you can make to the funnel to possibly make a lot more. You can basically plan out, and that's a real awesome tool. I use that to play around a lot. Just if I have like a new idea, or I'm trying to basically tweak an existing funnel or basically business model, I'll play around with that and say, well, will this really make a difference? What kind of money am I talking about? What could this possibly do? Really awesome. That was completely free. You guys got access to that last week, where we also talked about all sorts of stuff and how to make more money off of funnels and stuff, or have like a better business model, even if you're brand new. On some of the future calls, you'll get access to some of these things here. On I think either next week's call or the week after, we'll have a free tool to help your business or basically others grow. And this is a very cool software tool that uses some artificial intelligence and stuff to analyze your business and help you basically grow from that. And you'll have the opportunity to kind of make money off of that as well by helping others. So very awesome tool. We wanted to actually talk about that this week, but about a week ago, we're like, well, there's like one update that we really want to add, so let's just wait till we have that done. So we'll probably talk about that next week or the week after. But this week, we'll be basically giving you freebies to help you essentially quickly grow a list and basically profit from it as well. And this is, I think, one of the most crucial things to any business, is having a list, because if you have a list, you can make money off that list. And once you have a list, that list is there, and any offer you have, you can market to it. Any affiliate offer you have, you can market to it. I mean, all sorts of ways of profiting off of it once you have that list. But everyone always asks, how do I make a list? So we'll basically cover all that. Then you also get a free tool on how to make money off of discounts, and more as well. We have several free softwares and essentially tools and resources that you'll get as well over the course of these 4 weeks. Probably more free stuff than you'll get probably anywhere else. So you guys are definitely taken care of here. So what will you get today, and what will we be talking about? Well, first we'll basically talk about perhaps the fastest and the easiest way to build a list, then how to basically quickly and easily profit off of it. And then I'll basically show off and give you some templates and resources to help you do just that. And then we'll basically talk about how to step up your game to get even more, essentially traffic, free or basically paid, with a special tool that you can actually try out for free as well. So problem number one that we see is most people, especially those who are starting out, complain that they don't have a list to make money from. So let me ask you guys a question on this call. You can basically type in a 1 or a 2. If you currently have a list of some kind, even if it's only like 50 people, if you have an email list of some kind that's yours, if you could type in a 1. If you don't have a list, you could type in a 2. Let's just see what you all say here. All right. Yeah, so far it looks like it's a decent mix right there, and that's fine, regardless if you have a list or not. If you don't have one, you'll learn some ways that you can build one quickly, and if you do have one, you'll learn how to basically grow it exponentially and how to profit a lot more off of that. Because a little secret method of ours can easily solve that for you, and it works in practically any niche. And I say practically any niche in that I've never seen a niche that it can't work in. Sometimes you might have to like brainstorm a little bit more, but in almost any niche out there, you can get this to work really, really, really well. Problem number 2 is that even those who have a list oftentimes don't know how to make money from it quickly and easily. Let me ask, of those of you that have a list, so of those that basically answered with 1 in the chat, how many of you have actually made at least a chunk of money off of that? If you've made any money at all off your list, you could type in a 3. If you've had a list and made no money, if you could type in a 4. Okay, I see a good mix right there. Well, this right here, this next bit will actually solve that for you as well. because luckily we have a special method that you can actually clone for free that is a total game changer here. So how can you build a list, sometimes even overnight, in almost any niche? With giveaways. So what is a giveaway? Well, it's exactly as the name implies. It's basically you have like a contest and you give something away, um, you know, for free, not to everyone, but you have a contest where they could win something or they have a chance of basically getting something. It's where, you know, you sometimes will have like a simple opt-in page where you give something away for free as something kind of like a contest. Um, and now keep in mind, before I jump ahead here, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, man, you know, I can't afford to like give like, you know, a $30,000 car away or like even $1,000, you know, laptop or anything like that. You don't have to, okay? Because a lot of these contests, you don't have to give like super expensive stuff away. You could even have a contest on how to win like, you know, the prize could be like a $10 item or a $5 item. We've even done stuff where it's literally only like a couple bucks of raw cost. Um, and it's not like you have to give it away to like tons of people. It could basically be, hey, you know, you'll do basically a drawing, you know, once every, you know, 3 months or 6 months for even like a $10 product. People get excited and people sign up for free stuff all the time. And like sometimes, ironically enough, we found that the cheaper stuff seems almost more believable, I think, because we've done more expensive stuff. And sometimes the opt-in rates aren't always as high as like a cheaper item. So you're basically saying, hey, would you be willing to give away like, let's say, a $10, you know, is just essentially product, you know, every 3 to 6 months to one person if you were able to build like, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of leads off of that? I mean, of course, I'm sure all of you probably would. And if you do any kind of paid ads like Facebook or anything like that, you'll get dirt cheap leads. And what I mean by this is like, to give you an example, in a very competitive niche, we were basically told, hey, you know, the average lead cost is, you know, closer to like the $5 range, like $5 per lead, not per buyer, per lead. And they basically said, hey, if you can get leads for $1, you're like insanely lucky. And this is, again, in a competitive niche where the costs are higher than some. And we were able to get leads down to like a quarter to 33 cents. So basically at a fraction of the cost of everyone else. Now, in a non-competitive niche, if like the normal lead cost is, let's say, 50 cents, that would mean you could get lead costs down to like basically 10 cents or so, in some cases even less. So again, very, very powerful stuff. And we'll show you in just a bit ways that you can basically monetize that on day one. So it wouldn't even be like paying out of pocket, essentially, if you want to do paid ads. But if you don't want to do paid ads, we'll also show you much easier ways of basically getting free leads and stuff if you mention it on places like social media, blogs and forums. If you have like an email list, or if you want to send another person's email list, you know, you can mention it there. It's not that hard to get guys excited about a giveaway, and you can get lots of free traffic from, you know, all sorts of ways out there. I know a lot of you have Webfire, and there's like a lot of lead software and tools inside there where, again, you can find like lots of prospects that would basically kill to have access, you know, to like any kind of like a giveaway. And we'll also show you a method later on in this call where you can get lots of people basically coming to you and seeing the contests and stuff that you have and signing up through that as well. So again, lots of free and also paid ways that you can build a list very, very quickly through basically giveaways. And they work so well because everyone likes the chance to win free stuff, especially when they don't have to do a lot of work. Like if I said right now, you know, let me ask you guys a question just to really hit home. If I said, hey, who here would like to sign up for a chance to win a free car? You know, is there anyone that would say no? Probably not. Likewise, if I said, hey, who here would like a chance to win, you know, a free box of basically chocolates, let's say. So I went from like $50,000 down to cost of like $5 to $10. My guess is pretty much almost everyone would also say, oh yeah, sure. I'll have, a chance if I don't have to do any work other than basically clicking a button or, something easy like that, and they'll sign up. And that's why this stuff works really, really well. But here's the thing. You can also make money at the same time on the front end and on the back end of these giveaways. On the front end, right after someone signs up for the free giveaway contest, you can offer every entry something for free, just as a special bonus for signing up. This can also work really well if you have like a free plus shipping model. So like if you want to say, hey, here's basically contests where you could win like a e-reader. Like those are like you can get some for like $50 to $60, but they look like they're worth at least like a couple like probably like a couple $100 or so. But you can get like an Amazon reader. I think there's some for like $50 out there. And you say, hey, have a chance to win this, but everyone can win like like a free charger or like a free plug or like a free whatever you want right there that kind of like matches up with that offer there. Or if you were trying to target like, let's say, readers, and and like the giveaway was for like an e-reader, you could basically give away access to, let's say, free books or something like online or whatever you want right there. And it's a great way to build a list because you get lots of people excited. They sign up for the contest, but they also say, hey, I get something for free. But what you can do is that if it's a physical product, you can say, hey, they just have to pay the shipping and handling. So you can have stuff that people think has a value of like, $10 to $20 that actually has only a raw cost to you of like $1. And if you were to charge like $5 for shipping and handling, you can make a little bit of a profit up front off that. And I'll show off where you can find those deals as well, because you don't have to buy a lot of stuff. In fact, you don't have to buy anything, and you don't have to ship anything yourself. It's very hands-free, and I'll show you in just a bit how you can actually do it. I'll show up an example of a minute or so, or in like a minute or two here. And again, this is a free resource. You don't have to buy anything.
Hey, Brian, let me jump in
Yep.
one thing real quick when we're talking about what to give away, so that people are, I just want to clarify a couple examples. Your first thought when you're going to give away something is that, like Brian was talking about, is that it's got to be like huge and expensive. And as Brian said, that's not true. The second thing is that you think, well, if I give away like $100 Amazon gift card, everybody would want the $100 in cash or $100 Amazon gift card, and I'll get way more response than if I have something like $50 worth of exercise equipment or $100 worth of exercise equipment, assuming you're in the exercise or the health niche or the fitness niche. But what we found, because we've tested all of this stuff, is that when you're obviously going to target your giveaway to people in whatever niche that you're in, fitness or healthy eating or interior decorating or online marketing or whatever it is. And because you're going to target those people, what they're most interested in is something related to that niche. Okay, so in the survival niche, when we do stuff, we give away things related to survival, to outdoors, camping, that kind of stuff. It gets way better response than a generic thing like a gift card or a cash prize that actually costs more money. Okay, we can give away a lower cost item that costs like $49 and get way better response, lower clicks, lower leads, everything, than if we gave away something that's just worth twice as much, that cost us twice as much, like a $100 or a $200 gift card. So you want to think targeted to your niche, because that's where you'll get absolutely the most response, and you'll get it from the people that are most interested in the subject matter that you want to sell them stuff in.
Yeah, great stuff. And it's like, so like, again, if you were in, let's say, the niche of basically cats, you could basically give away like a cat toy of some kind. And we'll show you in a bit how you can basically offer and sell related stuff on the back end, and make a lot off that as well. So it's a great way to basically attract people that are interested in your niche, because like, if you're into dogs or into something else, you're probably not about to sign up for like the free cat toy. But it's a great way to kind of build a relevant list very, very fast and very, very cheaply. And once you basically have a giveaway on the front end, you can offer several upsells or one-time offers, which we refer to as OTOs, for related products, or even the product itself at a discount. And I'll show up an example, which was hilarious, which actually shows how you don't have to be a pro at this at all, because it was one of like the first giveaways we ever had, and I'm kind of embarrassed to show it off, because it was like we did like a pretty crappy job on the opt-in page and everything else, and it was just kind of thrown together as a test, and it worked. And I'll share what that was in just a second here. But since then we've actually done this in a ton of different markets and niches, and it always works really, really, really well. And this is a great way to make money from day one, especially if you ever do any kind of paid ads, like on Facebook or anything like that. Because if you're paying, like, let's say, a quarter a lead or something along those lines, it's really awesome to like make money off those leads on day one. So there's a chance you won't have to pay essentially anything, because they're basically paying for it themselves right there. And it's even cooler with free traffic, because you can make more faster for basically nothing. And this method can actually work for basically both free and paid ways, and we'll basically talk a bit more about those in a bit. And because people who like to win basically cool stuff don't really care how great your website looks, it's not hard to get a basic offer together. And I really have to hit home on that too, because it's like, a lot of times, especially if you're new, and we're all guilty of the same thing, you want everything to be absolutely perfect. And you think, man, if my opt-in page is basically off, or my website's off, or if my graphic isn't perfect, people will laugh at me and they won't like me and they'll run. Well, if you're only giving something away as like a contest, people don't care as much about that. Like if I said to you guys, hey, who here would like a chance to win a free box of chocolates, you're not about to go on my site and say, I don't like the blue, it's essentially color that they had there. It looks a little odd. I don't like the background of their site. I'd rather it be red, so I'm not going to sign up for this free thing right here. Or, oh, they have a typo on their site, so I'm not going to sign up for this free thing. So it's a lot easier to get guys to commit. Whereas if you're trying to sell something up front, that's when they're like, oh, they have a little typo here, I might not pay any attention then. So it's kind of like the barrier to basically entry is a lot less. And here's one of our first very, very crappy giveaway pages that we ever did. You can see like we didn't do the best of jobs on the graphics, but we basically had a chance where they could win bumper balls, which is basically, as you see right there, it's a giant ball that you stand inside, and you can run into other people. There's also people that play like soccer in it, basically bumper balls soccer, or does people just like run into stuff or run into each other. You think something that like a lot of kids or teens or even young adults would really, really like. And you see like the basic opt-in page here is fairly simple. It has like a graphic where it basically says, enter to win two bumper balls. In this case, we made the mistake of, we have a big arrow that does not point to the opt-in. It just points to like a random thing on the left. So again, it wasn't even the best of jobs. The graphics look kind of pixelated. It was just a quick one that we literally whipped up in basically minutes just to basically test it. Then we have a headline that's plain and simple. That's like win blank. In this case, it's win 2 free bumper balls, and we tell them how, and it's just to basically enter their email address. And that's basically it. Super simple opt-in page like that. And what we would then do is once someone signs up to win a bumper ball, on the back end, we have a special offer saying, hey, thanks for basically entering. We'll let you know by email if you win later. In the meantime, how do you like to get a special deal on a pair of bumper balls now? And we give them a special discount as like an upsell. And we say, if you get this and you later win, you'll just be refunded, the full amount right there, or you can get 2 additional bumper balls, your choice, for a free. And here's what happened in a single day from the simple test that we did right there. Over $2,700 made. So over basically $2,700 made in a day from a brand new offer, literally overnight, from only, in this case, 117 unique visitors. So not even a lot of traffic, and again, a lot of money off of a simple giveaway. Now the cool part is that these are the kind of things that sell for hundreds and hundreds of dollars each. A lot of the good ones, like these, normally you'd find for like $500 to $600 each. Whereas if you got like a pair, you're talking $800 to $1,000 for a pair would be what most people would basically expect to pay. And they would assume that shipping would be very expensive. Well, we'll show you a source online where you can get almost anything you want for like a fraction of what you think. Like on this in this place right here, which is basically on AliExpress, which you don't have to write that down. I'll show you that in a minute or two right here. You can basically type in something like bumper balls, or basically bubble balls, or anything like that. In this case, here's ones for 114 pounds, and it includes the shipping, which is huge. And this is like the kind of thing that if you sold this for, let's say, 300 pounds, people think, wow, that's like a crazy deal. If you sold it for like 250 pounds, people would almost be like, well, how can they afford to do that so cheaply? And you include the shipping for free or whatever you want right there. People think that's like a crazy, crazy awesome deal. And you can say, hey, these are normally, 400 pounds a piece, but for right now, only like 200 or 250 pounds each, or a pair for this price here, and the shipping's free, blah blah, and you'll get basically people taking action on that. And in some cases, what's really awesome is that you'll get someone like, let's say, like a grandparent who thinks, wow, I think my grandkids would really, really love these, and they'll get like a bunch of them because they'll think, gee, if I have like 4 grandkids, they'd probably really love to play around with these when they're here. And you have the grandparents basically buying like a bunch of those, and a single buyer right there could be like $1,000 overnight. In some cases, maybe even a couple $1,000 overnight right there, just from a simple giveaway. And that's what makes this really, really awesome. And so 2 resources that you guys can use to help with this, and I'll show a brief demo of this in just a second. One is for the drop shipping products. You can go to aliexpress.com. You see the link and name of it right there. And what's nice is those are all sorts of products that basically ship from basically China, usually worldwide, and a lot of them include the shipping for free. And the products are usually like a fraction of the cost of what you'll find elsewhere. And if you guys want a cool trick to save like hundreds of dollars on like your Christmas gifts, because Christmas is only like, well, less than 2 months away. That's kind of scary, actually. It's less than two months away. And if you want a cool way to save a lot, you can go to AliExpress and look up a lot of gifts that are sold online and see that they're like literally a fraction of the cost of what they are here. You can buy a bunch of gifts, and then you can basically thank us for saving you hundreds and hundreds of dollars off of that. Or you can buy us a Christmas gift. Either's fine. I'll show off that. And then the second thing is for making like any kind of graphics, like what you saw, like I'll show you like here. That can all be made online quickly and easily through a free service called canva.com, and I'll show off that in a second. And it's free to sign up and free to use there. And a lot of the images that they have are free. They also allow you to, there's like a handful of like premium images that you can use, and those ones are like $1. But it's like you can make a unique graphic either for like, free, or for like basically a buck or two if you want to use some of their, other stock images that are not free. Most of the ones I do are usually all free. Occasionally I'll find like an image I really like there for like $1 that I'll put, in my graphic instead. But very, very awesome resources right there. So I'm going to pause the screen for a second as I kind of show off both those and a couple tricks with those. So just give me a second to pull up my browser. All right, just make sure I'm logged into the Canva one first, and I am. All right. All right, so the first one I'll show off is AliExpress. And that looks like this right here. Again, it's AliExpress.com. And it's kind of a sister site of Alibaba. The difference is in Alibaba, you usually have to buy in like bulk. On AliExpress, you can buy usually single things and they have it shipped to you worldwide. So you can basically drop ship stuff worldwide. So let's say you're in the cat niche, okay? And you want to do a giveaway with basically cat stuff. I could basically type in something like cat toy, click search, and I see all sorts of cat toys right here. Now, what I like to do, this is a little trick here. You see all sorts of cat toys right here, but what you can do is if you click on this right here, where instead of best match, if you sort by basically the number of orders, if you click that, it will show which ones have sold the most. And you see right here, the top one right here has sold almost 17,500 units, and it's a interactive cat toy stick thin, so it looks like there's like a little mouse inside a ball that moves. And they start at basically almost a quarter plus about 50 cents to ship. So you're basically talking less than $1 right there. Some of these will have free shipping, some will have basically paid. Like here's one right here, ships for free right here, and they start at less than $2. And it's just like a cat toy laser. Here's one right here. This looks like a more expensive toy almost, but you see that the actual cost is only about $5.50. And as a side note, a couple people are asking what the 11/11 means. They have like a special, that's like their Black Friday in China. So that's like the discounted price that they have, until then basically, or at that time, or something around that. But you see it's still, their normal price here still is like super, super cheap. And you see for less than $6, you can get this cool cat toy here. It looks like a big one that has like balls that like rotate around it all, and it ships for free worldwide. So they basically drop ship that for you. And again, like all sorts of neat stuff here. And you can see there's like, again, all sorts of cool cat here. Here's one for less than $1 right here. Another toy. Here's like another one with the product plus the shipping worldwide itself is only $1 right there. In total. Lots and lots of neat stuff right there. You can also search by like price points and stuff too. So like if you want to get like super, super cheap stuff, you easily can. Oh, this looks neat. It's a pet mouse that basically moves around. That's for, with the shipping and all that, less than $2 to get that right there. Where that's the kind of thing that like a lot of people would think is like neat. It'd be almost like an impulse buy, or even like a laser that has like the shape of a mouse on it. Even though I'm sure the cat probably does not care if the laser looks like a mouse or not. The cat, the cat owner probably would like that. Here's like a cat tube right here for about $5 right there. So what you can basically do on the front end, you could maybe say, hey, when like a cool free cat toy like this, then right there. So it looks like a high-end cat toy. Say it's really neat. Cats love it. Blah blah blah. And worst comes to worse. I mean, it's like when you give one out after like a few months or whatever you want, you're out literally like less than $6 to ship this to the winner. And you don't even have to deal with it because this is all basically drop shipped for you. On the back end, you could have upsells like say, hey, if they're interested in this, maybe say, hey, we'll let you know if you win, but in the meantime, we have a special discount where instead of basically it being let's say $30, you have a deal where it's only $15. So they can basically get it for half off right now, and if they win, you'll refund that, or they can get a second one, and you basically make 3 times your money back right there. And then you could have like another upsell of like a cool mouse right here, which is like less than $2 to get and ship. If you had that for like $5 or $7 or $8, you probably get like a lot of takers on that. Or if you had like a cool tube like this right here, a lot of people would say, oh, that's probably easily like a $15 to $19 thing right there. Well, your raw cost, again, less than $5 right there. That again, lots of profit to be made. And it's not just with like cat toy stuff. Like this can work with anything. Like even let's do jewelry. That's always a big one. These always have like a pretty big markup. So this is crazy, guys. This right here, the little blue stone with some fake diamonds and stuff as a necklace. The raw cost, including the shipping, is 64 cents. If you get it on or by November 11th, it's only 61 cents. You can save a few cents there. But the point is, I mean, if you saw that, especially if you saw that at like a boutique store or anything like that, these are the kind of things that sell at the stores for like $19 to $29 or so that people still think is like a decent deal. It's like an impulse buy. So if you had a deal where it's like, hey, as a special deal, you can basically get this for free plus shipping of like $5, you'd be making a big profit off of that. And you could give one away in the contest and then offer everyone the chance to basically get one for free plus shipping if they want, and then maybe offer like a pair of earrings or whatever else you want. Like, if someone buys a necklace, maybe they want a pair of earrings or a matching bracelet, and you could search for, bracelet or necklace or whatever you want right here and find lots of options. But there's lots of super cheap options right here in almost anything that you can dream of. Also on basically clothes, this is a huge one here. There's essentially dresses and stuff that you can find that look really awesome for like $5 to $8 that if they were at a store here, you'd be thinking they were like $50 to $90. So I mean, any kind of business you have, you can have like a giveaway where you give something away for free that looks like it has value on the front, and then have like say, hey, as a thank you for signing up, here's another special offer where you can get this for free, just pay the shipping, and give like another related product for free there and get lots of sales off that. And what that basically does, it allows you to monetize your own giveaway. So if you're doing, let's say, basically paid ads, you can make a profit off of your paid ads super fast. If you're doing free ads, you can make even more money super fast there. So hope you guys understand that and see the power of how like a site like this could work for you. Moving on, if you're looking to make like an opt-in page or have like a special graphic that you have a Facebook ad on, it's super easy to make graphics for stuff like this. I'll actually make a link available after this call is done. When we email you guys out, we'll actually send a couple links of stuff that you can get for free, including a template like this right here. These are super easy to do, and I'll actually send you a copy of the graphic template right here, where all you have to basically do is change the name of the product, the name of the offer, and swap out whatever image you want right here. And to do that, one of the best things that you can do is if you go to canva.com, it's canva.com, it's free to sign up. That's why I'm inside right now. It takes like 30 seconds to sign up, and it like loads any of your past designs right here. You can do all sorts of neat stuff. Like you see, this is stuff I just made literally in like seconds, super easy. And all you have to do is once you're in right here, you can change and add like any graphics. Like if you want to add like let's say like an arrow, this is obviously huge. You can like make that smaller like that. You can also, if you want to rotate it around, you can do stuff like that. I mean, whatever you want, super, super easy. And all this is free right here. If you wanted to like swap out an image for, you know, like, I don't know, because it's Halloween, we could add like a pot in there. You know, I accidentally added this line on it. We don't need that. You can add anything you want anywhere. So all again, like super, super easy. You know, you get red the background round image. If you want to add like a witch, you can just basically type in witch. And you see all sorts of witches. You see that most of the stuff is free right here. And you can do anything you want. I mean, this looks like bad because I'm just throwing like a bunch of stuff on top, you know, on top of each other. And again, super, super easy. You see I have like a handful of templates right here. Like if you had like a book, you can just do like, I'll show you this one. You can click any of the templates you have. You can change anything you want. Again, super, super easy to use, and I think you guys will really like this. If you want to upload like a image of your own, you can easily do that. Just click on upload right here. So if you want to add in like an image, you can do that. If you want to add in like an arrow, you can do that. If you want to add in like, you know, like a headline or any kind of fancy text, you know, you can do that. If you want to add in like a sub headline, you can, again, super, super easy to do any of that there. You can move stuff, you know, around, you can change the size, you can rotate it. Again, super easy. And most of the images are all free. Occasionally they do have ones that are like $1, but it will tell you that it's you know, $1. And once you are done, when you save it, if you use anything that costs like $1, it'll just ask you to basically pay right then. If not, it'll just be free. So yeah, so that's the walkthrough of that right there. And again, it's super easy to learn. You can probably learn the entire thing in like literally like 5 to 10 minutes. You can change the backgrounds, you can change the text, you can change the graphics, you can use like photos, all that right there. You can choose like if you want to start from like a template. There's tons of different ones right here. So if you want to have like an ad that looks like this, you can pick that and then change around like the graphics or the text or anything you want right there. So this is a great way if you want to have this at like the top of an opt-in page, or you want to use this as like a Facebook ad or a Facebook post or anything like that. You can quickly and easily make that here. So we'll have a template available for you to kind of help with that. So I'm just going to pause the screen for a second as I jump on back. All right. So hopefully you guys got like an understanding of that stuff right there. And again, the links once more, and we'll send out an email with the links and some other you know, freebies and stuff at and you know, within the next day. So you don't have to jot down all the stuff. It's just the aliexpress.com site, and then the canva.com site right there to do the graphics and stuff. So I think you guys will quite enjoy that. So again, we'll give you access to all that stuff, including some graphic templates and stuff for the giveaways after this call. So within the next day, we'll send you guys an email out so you can get all that stuff for free right there. But another thing is there's also a very, very powerful way to basically profit on the back end off of any of these leads, or any of the leads that you have now, regardless if they came from like a giveaway or anything like that, or any future leads that you get. There's a way to actually make more money in a few days than some businesses can make in a month or more. And that's what we like to call the 3-day money method. So it's a way to basically make lots of money off of leads, which can work with the giveaways or with any kind of leads or list that you have. So people oftentimes think of any excuse to delay their buying decision. We're probably all guilty of this. I know I am. Even if they have good intentions of coming back to buy, many of them often won't unless they're really pushed to make a decision fast. This is why furniture stores, for instance, seem to always have super duper deals on, like, only this weekend, despite how they have them almost every week. Like they'll say, hey, half off this weekend only, or hey, this set that you like right here right now is on sale, blah blah, and it might be on sale almost every week. But if it's on sale now and you kind of like it, you're like, well, I don't want to risk it not being on sale. I know it probably will be on sale later, but I kind of want it now. So people are more likely to take action and buy. So rather than basically risking you paying hundreds of dollars more on that new sofa set that you really like, that you might want, you're more motivated to buy right then and there to secure your discount. Discount deals can work great, especially online, but we've developed a method that can absolutely kill it. And again, we actually call this the 3-day money method because it can bring more money into your business in 3 days than what you might make in it for that entire month or even many months. And it can even be set up to be completely evergreen as well. Here's how it works. Step 1, you want to set up a special deal. The larger the discount, the better. 50% is really, really awesome, or it can be a big bonus if not a discount. And you can have that deal go for 3 days. Even if you're just an affiliate and the product isn't yours and it doesn't have a discount, you can offer a bonus of some kind. But obviously a discount is always, a big thing and can work really well. So you set up a special deal or a special discount or special bonus, and you have the deal go for 3 days. That's step 1. Step 2 is you add a timer countdown to your page and optionally to your emails. We use and recommend the link you see right here, which is just basically timermagic.com. Don't rush to that site because you'll see it for sale right there. You do not have to actually buy that because we're super nice and we're actually giving you that for free. So don't go to that link right now unless you want to basically donate us money, because that's not the link to actually grab it for free. That's the sales page right there. You'll actually get that for free in just a bit. So it can look like this. So you can have a special discount where you can have a fancy graphic on the sales page itself, or even in the email itself, that has a countdown that actually counts down. And you can have it count down as far as the seconds if you want, or you can just have it be the days or the minutes or the hours, whatever you want. But it kind of looks like when people see it, they're like, wow, I kind of like this. I want it. I want to take action, now, because I know in less than a couple hours I won't have that deal. So they're more likely to want to buy it now. Whereas if they don't, oftentimes people are like, well, I really like this, but let me think on it for like a day or two. And then they get distracted, and then they forget about it, and then they don't buy. Step 3, this is the important part. You want to set up a series of emails to email your list on about the special deal. You'll want a total of 6 emails over 3 days for this to work really well. And you want to follow this to a T here. On day 1, you want to email those leads just once on the first day to notify them about the deal. You want to announce the discount in the email itself, as well as in the subject line, like, hey, huge half off deal for a limited time. Say that the deal ends at midnight on X day. The which would be the end of the third day. We oftentimes use Friday to Sunday, but you don't have to do the same. It can really be any three days. We oftentimes just do Friday to Sunday, but that's just us. You'll likely get some sales the first day, but not necessarily a ton. So you will get some sales the first day, most likely, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a ton of sales, and that's okay, because people see that there's, a special discount. They see that they have a few days. Some people still think on it, but some are like, oh, this is a sweet deal. I wanted this, so sure, I'll buy it. But some will say, oh, this is sweet. I have a few days to think on it, so I'll think on it. On day 2, you want to email them 2 times on the second day to remind them about the deal. You want to continue to announce the deal, but have the subject lines and the text in the email make it more clear that the deal ends tomorrow. You likely won't get a lot of sales on this day, if any, but that's okay. So day 2 isn't meant to really get a lot of sales. It's just meant to be like a reminder. Now, you still might get some sales, but day 3 is where the magic happens. You want to email them 3 times on day 3 to alert them about the deal ending. Once in the morning, once in the late afternoon or the evening, and once in the late evening or night. You want to continue to announce the deal, but have a greater sense of urgency, and have subject lines, and the email itself should be kind of like the following. Like it might say, hey, final day of half off deal, or warning, only a few hours left to save big, or final warning, deal ends any minute. If you follow this method, you'll likely get a lot of sales on the final day. Most will actually be in the final few hours, and a lot of them will be in the last few minutes. People will wait till like the final minutes. It's kind of funny. We've had deals that we're like, oh, this appears to be doing okay, and then like in like the final hour, it's like, whoa, this did like more than okay. This did awesome, because all the people are basically waiting till the very end. But you're basically giving them an incentive to take action now, and they fear that they might lose out on that right there. Now, here's why it works and some extra tips as well. This works because people need to be motivated to buy, and they don't want to lose out on the special price for fear of having to pay more later or not get a bonus. They need constant reminders, which is why we recommend mailing more as the deadline nears. That's why on day 1, you mail once, on day 2, you mail basically twice, and on day 3, 3 times. So they're constantly being reminded that, hey, it's almost over. Now, as a pro tip, this can also work great for webinars and such, where basically like after the webinar is done, you can email your list on the replay for a special deal for 3 days or so. And another tip is this can be also set up to be evergreen, where if you want it, so each person that lands on the page gets their own 3-day countdown. And the free software that you'll get at the Timer Magic can do that as well. So you can have it be set to both. If you want it to end on a certain day and a certain time, that's fine. Or if you want it to be unique to the individual, that's fine as well. We oftentimes just have it be like, we have a set date, day and time on it, but you don't have to. So that's up to you. And again, you'll get emailed the link on where to get that for free. So don't go to that link now, because it's not free there. We'll actually give you a free link after the call's done. When we send out, the replay and such, we will have the download links for you there to get all that stuff right there, just to make it super, super easy. Now, you'll get a lot of sales as you approach midnight. So it's sometimes best to just go to sleep, wink, wink, and either take down the discount page or change the deal in the morning when you wake up. Because the funny thing here is people will feel like they basically essentially cheated you by getting in late. So like if you say, hey, the deal ends at midnight, and at like 12:30 someone goes to that page, they see that the countdown's done, but they see that they can still buy at the special price. They jump on it and they think, ha ha ha, I beat you. where you don't care because you just made extra money. And then in the morning, once you wake up, you can basically change that so they believe you at that point. They know that that was a legitimate special deal, and all that right there. And you can make a lot of sales a bit after the fact as well right there. So that's another neat thing right there. So you can use this method and see a lot more money start to basically come in faster. And as a special deal, guys, or I shouldn't say special deal, as a freebie, after this call, we'll actually mail you probably by tomorrow. We'll include links so you can get a free copy of Timer Magic. You can get the graphic templates for the giveaway, and you can also get example swipes for the 3-day money method. So exact templates and stuff that you can use for the 3-day countdown and what you should send in the email. Now, of course, we recommend that you kind of basically, essentially tweak those to whatever your market is or whatever your language is and all that. Like if you basically talk a certain way, you want to basically tweak that there, but you'll get a rough sense of like roughly what you want to say and roughly like what the headlines and subject lines should kind of be like right there. So it's a pretty cool thing right there. You'll get all those completely for free, and you don't have to worry about links now or anything on this call because we didn't want you to get distracted. So we'll actually email those out to you within a day. So you'll get all that stuff. So make sure you watch your emails for that. So pretty awesome bonuses right there, including the Timer Magic software as well, which that actually we initially weren't going to give that away. That's partly why we're making you wait a day on that, because we're like, let's just give this away for free to give like super extra special value to you guys because we think it could help a lot of you. So rather than make like a few bucks on that, we just thought, hey, let's just give that out to you. So we'll have a special link where you can get that for free that you can do by tomorrow. We'll email you out with that, so you'll have all that info to help, as well as the swipes and all that right there. So tons and tons of value that you get completely for free just for basically being a part of the series right here. And the Timer Magic alone is like really neat because like there's like lots of different graphic templates that you can use, like lots of different basically types of countdowns, and some look like super fancy, or if you want like a basic one, that's fine. So lots of options there, and all free and included along with the instructions and the walkthrough and some bonus trainings to help with all that stuff as well. So that's basically our gift to you, and you'll see an email on that by tomorrow. But there's one more secret trick that can help you out a ton with not only everything that you've learned here, but also with any business or any site or any potential client of yours as well. What is that? It's by using social media to attract more prospects to you. And what I mean by that is like Facebook and Twitter, Facebook and Twitter, and all that right there can be used to work really well. So you can have Facebook pages, and basically Twitter can be a great way to accomplish this, especially when you do things like the giveaways, which are more likely to get shared and go viral. So if you're already on a platform that is likely to basically do stuff like share, and basically talk and comment, when you do stuff like have a giveaway, people are way more likely to share those, and it's way more likely to go viral. And that's what makes it really neat. But they require interesting content, news, and so forth, which requires work. Initially, creating a Facebook page, is pretty easy. I mean, literally, if you log into Facebook right now and you click the top right and you scroll down, you'll see a little button that says Create Page, and it kind of walks you through it. It literally takes you like, I mean, you can get a basic one made in like a minute. If you want to add like, a little more time into it, like a custom graphic, you can, but it's again, super easy. You can even use the canva.com site if you want to make like a custom header. You can do all that yourself, super easy. But again, if you just want a basic one, you can get one made in a minute. You can name it anything you want that's not already taken, and you're basically done. The hard part isn't making the Facebook page, it's updating it. That normally takes a lot of time. It's basically posting the new stuff on it that takes a ton of time. And if you just post like a giveaway on it, that can sometimes work, but you want to have like a bunch of stuff on it. So when you do post a giveaway, there's a lot more eyeballs on it. There's more, essentially people seeing the giveaway. It's kind of like a spider web. If you have a bunch of different posts, people are more likely to be basically caught by one of those posts. And then when they go to the site or they start to kind of watch your stuff more, then they see the giveaways and they're more likely to sign up for that. So again, it's the updating that can take a lot of time. Now, a semi-shortcut that you can use here is to, instead of having all of your posts be unique stuff to you, you can post up links to the latest news pieces in your niche, offer short summaries and so forth. So you can search maybe like basically the top news sites or the top blogs and stuff in your niche and basically post up links to them with like a short summary or like a question like, what did you guys think of this or that? And it's a great way where, like, again, it feels like you're basically offering a lot of value, but you don't have to do like a lot of the writing and stuff yourself. This helps you look, more up to date without having to spend as much basically time on it, as well as helps improve engagement to get people to interact on those posts. So when you post up an article like that and you start to engage them, you get basically people talking about that on your platform. And you get a chance that when someone sees that or shares that or basically talks about it, it can show up on basically other feeds and such. And then as a chance to not only go viral in and of itself, but as a chance that more people basically end up, on your page. And if they search for like keywords and stuff on any topic that they're interested in, they can find, your fan page. For instance, if you wanted to have a page on the financial market, you could have, you could easily make a fan page on that in a matter of a minute. But if you don't have any content on it, people that search, Facebook for, financial groups, and there's a ton of them, if you search, like if you're trying to search for like a person on Facebook, instead of a person, you can search for basically pages, and you can do like financial market, and you'll find tons and tons and tons of them. A lot of them don't have any content on them, and people aren't likely to like check those out. But if you have a lot of content on it, people are more likely to check you out, join that group, stay in that group, see the posts and stuff that you have. And it's more likely to that any post that you do in the future, including if you do like a giveaway, will get a lot of traction. Now, it still takes work because, again, you have to spend some time researching other blogs and stuff, basically pulling up the links and the articles there and like posting up like a quick summary line or two about it. But it can definitely be worth it because you basically cut your work down by like 80 or 90%, but it's still a lot of work that, if you do on like a daily basis, can add up. But once you have an actively updated Facebook page or like a Twitter account, though, you not only look like a more respectable business, but you attract more prospects to you and to your offers. Years ago, we started working on a very advanced artificial intelligence project. And at the time, it's still like very, very groundbreaking now, but we basically came up with artificial intelligence that can research and write unique content. And that was a phenomenal hit. It really, really does some really awesome stuff. But we thought, hey, when it came to like posts on social media and stuff like that, people don't just want random articles, even on their topic. What they really want are like the latest topics basically being talked about now, the layest news in their niche and stuff like that. So we thought, how could we adapt the artificial intelligence to that? And this is a project that our head programmer on is a guy that previously got invited to the White House for some like accomplishments that he's done in the programming field and such, and a very, very smart guy who actually built a 3D printer from scratch himself using a used DNA splicer and modifying it, and then basically doing all the programming of it as well. So like very smart guy, crazy smart guy. And I basically said, hey, do you think we could adapt that artificial intelligence that we made there to basically work for like social media on finding real news pieces and basically not only essentially posting those relevant to any topic that anyone wants, but on top of that, having it so basically people could have like a summary of that article itself in like a sentence or two or so right there. And with that, we thought like, you know, hey, we probably could, but we had to spend a decent amount of time to work that through. But at the end of the day, we actually accomplished that, and we made a way so we could do just that. So only recently we basically decided to try to essentially tweak that project to use the artificial intelligence to help basically find popular and relevant news pieces and to automatically basically post those to social media like Facebook and Twitter for you. So introducing News Poster. This is advanced artificial intelligence that researches, writes, and basically posts to social media for you. And it basically looks like this right here. So when you first log in, you'll see a complete walkthrough, super easy. And you'll see it'll have Facebook and Twitter on there. You can pick like any Facebook page that you have. This is basically a demo account of ours. You can basically pick which of those pages you want to basically post on, and that, or which, you know, basically the Twitter accounts you want. Then you can, at the very bottom, you see where you can basically enter any kind of keywords that you want it to look for news pieces or basically blog posts and stuff on. So if you were in, let's say, the marketing niche, you might basically have keywords like stocks, market and finance, or, you know, anything like that, and it will basically pull up, you know, all the related stories to that, and it will search every day and find new ones for you and pick what it thinks are the best ones to basically post on. And then optionally, on the second arrow at the very bottom, you can also optionally choose how often, or not how often, you can optionally pick what sites you want to pull from. So if you have that essentially blank, it will find the top sites and the top places for you. But if you want to only basically pull from a few sites, like let's say you're in the market and financing area, and you know that, hey, there's sites like Market Watch and money.com and like a few others like that, that you think, hey, these are all the respectable places, these are the places that I want to pull the stories from, you can optionally basically type in the URLs of the main pages there, and then basically type in the keywords above that, and it will only pull related stuff from those. So if you don't have the sites, it will automatically find those sites for you, which is really awesome. And below that, you can also optionally essentially choose if you want to basically post every day or every week. That's all up to you as well right there. So very awesome stuff, and works, again, phenomenally well and super easy. As you can see here, there's not a lot of stuff to it because, again, it's not hard. All you have to basically do is essentially tell it, hey, what pages do you want to basically post to, what accounts, what keywords, and optionally, if you want to specify, you know, certain URLs, you can as well. And then you can save that search, because you can have multiple different searches up. So like if you want to have like 10 different sites with 10 different keywords, or you know, whatever, that's fine. You can do all that stuff super easily. That's what makes this, again, incredibly powerful. And what does it look like? Well, it looks like this right here. Like here's one of the Facebook pages we have, where you can see here it has a post. This is a survival-based one, and it basically has an article on how to deal with basically D-bags and when to draw your weapon. And it has at the very top, it will use artificial intelligence to kind of have like something that kind of sums up what that article is or what it's basically about. Then it will basically have like a preview. We'll have like essentially like an image. And then if they basically click that, they'll go to the article itself. So it's not like you're basically copying anything off of another site. It's like it's literally a preview of what that site is. So it's not like it basically goes to your own site. It's a win-win. So you it helps you because it looks like you're basically posting relevant stuff that people would find like really, really useful. And the other sites really love it too, because it's like when they basically click that, they go to the other site, but you get, you know, the engagement and the interaction and all that right there. Or like right here for the survival page, here's an article it found on ways to filter water in times of like an emergency and stuff like that. So pretty relevant job. And this is all the artificial intelligence doing the research to say, hey, what would be a good topic in this niche, in this keyword right here? Hey, and what sites would be basically good ones to look at? And what ones of those would be, you know, the most popular topics that seem to be basically getting a lot of people. So it makes you look really, really neat. Here's another example. If you were, let's say, in the finance area, you know, you'd maybe want to know, you know, like if there's, you know, new things with like essentially the trade wars or anything like that, it can basically pull stuff like that and see what the most popular topics are of that time right there. It can also post not only to Facebook, but also to essentially Twitter, like right here. It's basically posting to a news piece. If you had like an example account that was on like, you know, the market and financing area, it found a piece on how essentially the Trump impeachment stuff could hurt the stock market and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So it's, again, finding the topics that are popular right now that seem to be getting the most engagement and letting you basically put that on complete autopilot. So if you want to have a bunch of pages and a bunch of Twitter accounts on complete autopilot, you can do all that. So with the news poster, you get the ability to automatically update and post to your Facebook and Twitter accounts. Advanced artificial intelligence that does all the researching and writing for you, and easy to use user interface to just set it and forget it. And the ability to use it on your own sites as well as those of your own clients, or of basically clients that you could get, because that's right, you can actually sell it as a service as you want as well. In fact, I know guys that sell social media management for anywhere from, you know, basically a couple $100 to over $1,000 a month. And this is something that could literally be complete autopilot, because again, it's actually researching and writing those and actually posting those stuff for you. So you don't even have to write anything yourself. It's all done completely in autopilot through the artificial intelligence. So who can benefit with the news poster? Anyone who wants to do business online or offline, because even in an offline store, everyone's looking online now. So it looks way, way, way better. And that's you. Anyone that's interested in doing business or wants to could use this right here. Now, a basic scheduled posting software out there can run you up to about $97 a month. And that's without writing them for you or researching and finding the best related pieces to post. So just if you were to write the stuff yourself and say, hey, basically post this once a day or once a week or whatever, that can actually run up to $97 a month. Hiring a person to actually do this all for you would literally cost thousands of dollars a month per site in a lot of cases. If you had a bunch of sites, it would certainly cost, you know, thousands of dollars right there a month. And they likely wouldn't even do as good of a job or give you as much control as you would, like as this does right here. But we're going to do something crazy here. We're going to let you actually try it out for free. So as a special offer, you can actually get 30 days of News Poster for free for a limited time right now for everyone here right now, but that's not all. After the 30 days, if you decide to stay, you can actually continue for as little as $47 a month for up to 10 social media accounts of yours or your clients. Now, keep in mind, the normal price that we would do on this, we were shooting for more in the $200 to $300 per month range, which is still a fraction of what most would have to pay to get that done. But because this is a brand new thing, and because we want to do a really special deal, not only will you guys get a month free, but you'll be locked in at a special rate right there for up to, in this case, 10 accounts for a total of only $47 a month. And again, the first month is free. So you can basically try it out free. And that's completely crazy, especially considering that, A, you get to try it out for free, and B, when you stay, you'd be paying literally a tiny, tiny fraction of what this type of work would normally cost you. Now, we're basically passing this deal on because this is brand new and we want to use all of you as our case studies. That's a win-win. That's why you guys are able to get this completely for free to try out for a month here, and why, if you want to stay, we're passing on a super awesome deal that's a fraction of the normal price as well. But we've also been cooking up something even cooler with the News Poster. So there's actually two options that you get to actually choose from, and both have a first month free. Option number one, you can get the News Poster for Facebook and Twitter to put your social media on complete autopilot for up to 10 accounts for only $47 per month. And again, the first month is completely free. Option number two is you can get the News Poster for Facebook and Twitter to put your social media on autopilot for up to basically 25 accounts instead of 10. And this is huge, you also get access to our new blog poster feature to put your blogging on autopilot for only $67 per month combined. So you get all that for only $67 per month combined as well. And you can choose to actually try that out for free as well. So both those have the first month completely free to try. You can cancel anytime. And as you can see, that's a tiny fraction of what it should be. Now, here's an example of what the blog poster can do right here. So in this case, if you have like a tech site or like an Apple type blog, you can find the latest pieces on that. It uses artificial intelligence to give like a summary or like a preview of the article itself. And then at the bottom, they can basically click to go to the site and read the full article right there. So it's like a very, very awesome, artificial intelligence. Or this one right here, if you have like a gardening site or anything like that, it found relevant, information for you, like on how to basically store, in this case, basically tender bulbs for the winter. Then of course it goes straight to the site if they want in question right there. Or like right here, if you have like a fishing site or like a survival site or anything like that, this was one that it found on how to basically catch a certain kind of fish right there. This was all done on complete autopilot, and it's all done on, again, up to basically 25 blogs. If you go with option two, you can use it on blogs with option two right there. Both of them have the first month free. So that's right. You can get automated blogs with this option with highly relevant, updated content. Both of these are complete game changers, and both you can try out for 30 days. And just to basically clarify, the second option includes the social media part and all that too. So it's not like it's $67 in addition. That's just in total for everything right there. And both you can choose to basically try out for 30 days completely free right there. So to get special access, here's what you have to do. You can get a special free 30-day trial and a huge discount deal right now at a fraction of what you'd have to pay when we launch it in the future. Option one, you get the 10 social media accounts on autopilot. It's free for the first month in both of these cases. After that, the first one's only $47 per month. Or option two, you can get 2.5 times as many accounts of yours or your clients for basically 25 social media accounts and blogs on autopilot. And in option two, you get the blogs in addition. So that's a huge thing. You can have automated blogs as well right there. Absolutely huge right there. And again, both of those are free for 30 days. You can literally save thousands because again, to hire a person to basically do the stuff by hand would cost a fortune. Plus you get free support and training. But to do that, you have to go to this link that you see right here, and that's just newsposter.biz/special. Again, that's newsposter.biz/special. You'll see two links there. The first link at the very top where it says option 1 is for just the social media accounts. Option 2, which is the second link at the very bottom, is for basically a lot more accounts that you can use there and to have the ability to actually do the same thing to blogs as well. But you have to go to newsposter.biz/special. And it's completely risk-free because again, both those options, you can actually try 30 days completely free, and you can also cancel at any point if you're not completely happy. And again, huge thing. So with that, again, you can choose option 1, which again is up to 10 accounts that you can use this on social media, and the option 2, you can get 2.5 times as many, so up to basically 25, and you also get the ability to use that on blogs as well if you go with the option 2. And again, in both cases, you can try those out for 30 days. And again, you can use this on your own accounts or those of potential prospects. And again, if you were to like outsource this, or if you were to look for like a client to basically do this for, in a lot of cases, you could easily get, again, hundreds of dollars a month for a single client. In some cases, even thousands per month right there. But to sweeten the deal even more, we're including a couple of bonuses worth way more than the total investment here. Bonus number 1, you can get free upgrades, okay? For as long as you're an active member, you can get free upgrades. That's $1,000 per year value right there. And we have lots of new things, in the works right now. And one is huge, is that we're actually reworking the summary part, where it will actually include like a sentence or two to try to get extra engagement. Like that would basically be like, it would encourage guys to leave like a post or like a comment, and it'll use some artificial intelligence to like seem like it's like an actual person saying, like, if you had an article on, let's say, Brexit or something like that, it would say, hey, what do you guys think about this article, on Brexit? Leave your comments below. Something along those lines right there, and that will be a free update. Super cool. And I mean, I'm really excited about that right there. And there's also some other advanced things that we're looking to basically do that I think will be like super sweet, just to help out, to make stuff better and better. And as bonus number 2, which is about a $500 value, you'll get a special webinar training with me on how to get the most out of the news poster. We'll have this probably next week, and we'll send out an announcement on that. So it'll be basically training on how to use it for your own businesses, but also how to sell it as a service for hundreds to even thousands a month. And the training will also be recorded if you can't make it. So we'll have that next week. You guys will get that for free. And all I ask is one thing, and that since you basically get to try it out for free and you get it at a fraction of the price, once you start using it, write us back with your thoughts, your experience, and case studies, so we can get more testimonials and case studies for our new product here. So since you get to use it not only for free, but afterwards, if you stay, you get a huge discount. That's all that we ask of you. So remember with that, the first month is completely free, so it's completely risk-free. You can actually, if you sign up, you don't get charged for 30 days in that, so it's entirely risk-free. But again, just by having this super powerful AI tool, you'll be able to have basically tons of social media accounts and optionally blogs run on complete autopilot. And it's something that you can also sell yourself for top dollar as well. So again, super awesome right there, and a huge thing. But you have to go real fast, as the free trial deal is only here for a very short time, because we can't have this link, out there for a long time, because again, it's this is something that we'd sell for a lot more in the future without a trial. You guys basically get, a special deal where not only do you get a huge discount, you get the first month entirely free. But to do so, again, you have to go to this link that you see right here. It's just newsposter.biz/special. Again, it's just newsposter.biz/special. And again, at that link right there, you'll see the two options. The second option includes more sites that you can use it on, as well as you get the ability to also use it on blogs instead of just social media. That's a new feature that we just did right there that we thought was really awesome. And again, in both of those, you can have it free for 30 days. You just have to go to the link that you see right there. And for option 1, it's the first link. Option 2 is the second link at the very bottom there. So if you want the blogs as well, that's option 2, which I would recommend that, because again, both is free for the first month right there, and it locks you in at a special discount after that as well. So we thought this would be like a cool way where not only you could basically try this out for free, we could get some useful feedback. You get the free, the webinar next week on the special training on that. You get all that, and we'll send you guys an email several days ahead of time, on the special training next week. We'll probably have it on Wednesday. But yeah, super awesome deal right here. But you have to make sure that you go to that link that you see right here, right now, to really jump on this special deal here. And really, guys, I mean, if you were to hire a person to basically do this, a super cheap one would run literally hundreds of dollars a month, okay, just for one site. You can have this on tons and tons of sites for still just a one-time per month fee right there. And it's like super awesome artificial intelligence that runs this on complete autopilot. And you can choose to basically, if you want to change like the keywords, that's all up to you. So all the sites that you use this on, all the searches that you do, you can have multiple different searches done. So if you want to have like one site on basically gardening, and another one on survival, and a third one on let's say computer tech, and another one on finance, or another one on real estate, you can do all that. You can specify all that very easily right here. So yeah, super awesome. But again, make sure that you go to this link, see right here, newsposter.biz/special, to really take advantage of this deal right here. And with that, guys, I see there's a handful of questions here. There's some that's saying, will this work on Mac and Windows? Yes, it's web-based, so as long as you can go online, you're perfectly fine, regardless if it's Mac or Windows. So that's all fine right there. Sean, I know you've been answering a bunch of questions. So if there's some that you think are essentially common ones, or some that we haven't gotten to yet, feel free to shout out some, and we'll try to answer as many as we can here.
Yeah, so a couple of questions. People are asking, how many times does it post per day?
Yep, so that was one where I'm pretty sure I mentioned that, but there's basically a feature in the UI where you can specify if you want to post once a day or once a week. And we'll probably have an update to have like, maybe every other day, or maybe twice, a day. But right now it's once a day or once a week, but we're basically working on a feature to have that be more or less as well.
Okay. How many blogs can you post to?
So if
With
they
the
go,
second option, obviously.
yep. So if they go with the second option there, they can go basically up to basically 25 blogs and basically 25 social media sites.
Okay. And so people are asking, like, what does it mean to have 10 social media accounts? By which you
Like
mean,
like if you have a Facebook page on, let's say, gardening, a Facebook page on survival, and a Facebook page on marketing, you would have three.
okay.
So
And what if you have a Facebook page and a Twitter account? Is that two?
yep.
Not being funny, but people are asking me these questions, so I'm just trying to clarify those things so everybody knows what it would be. Okay. Um, so some people are asking, like, how hard is it to create a Facebook page? How hard is it to create a blog?
Oh,
Those kind of
so
things to get started.
yep. So I showed you towards the very start, there was a screenshot on how easy it was to make a Facebook page. Literally, if you log into Facebook right now and you click on the top right, there's like a little like I think it's like a triangle arrow. There's a drop down about halfway down. It says like create a page. It walks you through it, and literally you can get one made in like a minute. Super easy. Now, if you want to add like a custom graphic or stuff like that, yeah, it could take a bit more. You could have like a guy on Fiverr make you custom graphic, or you can use like basically the canva.com site and make like an easy custom graphic there to basically make it look a little nicer. That's all fine there, but that's super easy. And once you have it, like once you have basically posts and stuff on that site or on basically the Facebook page, it looks 10 times nicer. So you don't necessarily even have to worry too much about the graphics or how it looks and stuff. But I think it's nice to have like a header to make it look nice, but you don't need it. So yeah, that's super easy. And the first time you log in, it'll basically prompt you to basically connect your Facebook and basically your Twitter account and stuff. That literally takes like seconds, super easy. And then it lists off all those pages for you in the members area. So again, super easy to do all that. You can literally start in a matter of minutes here, even if you're like brand new and are not a techie. So that's perfectly fine. It's also why, again, you have a full month to basically try this out for free. And if you want to stay past that, you're able to stay at a fraction of the price of of what anyone else would probably pay for anything even remotely close to this right here. And we're the only ones out there that have artificial intelligence that actually researches and posts and does this stuff right here. So that's really groundbreaking stuff right there that you guys can get access to. So we've basically done a lot of artificial intelligence stuff, and this is just one of those kind of things that we said, hey, if we could really apply what we've basically done in the AI field to social media, that'd be huge. We could help a lot of people. We could have a lot of people have like accounts that look like they're basically active, and help like the viewers on those accounts too feel like they're part of something. Because like if you're constantly updating with like new stuff and the latest stuff and like saying, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Here's like, here's this article, here's that. It looks like you're helping them out, like you're helping them get what they want, which are basically news and blog posts and stuff on the topics that they're most interested on. So that's why it makes this really neat here and really powerful. And that's why we thought, hey, you guys are literally the first ones in it right here. That's why you'll also have the special bonus training next week as well. And of course, there's like walkthroughs on how to use it basically in there right now. Like it's not hard at all, but we do have a walkthrough and all that for those that need that there, which I suggest watching just to make sure everything's being done right. But I promise it's like super easy. And of course, if there's any issues or anything like that, we also have full support. Usually we'll write back to you in basically minutes, always within one business day or less, usually in like a fraction of that time right there. And they make sure that any problem you have gets solved. So you don't have to worry about any of that as well.
Okay, some more questions people are asking. If I'm going to do this for a client, do I have to be an owner on the Facebook page? No, you don't have to be an owner, but you do have to have admin access so that you can connect and post, which is, it's not hard, and it's all in the, it's easy to get authorization in Facebook if you're going to do that. It's a normal thing. Somebody else asking, how much writing do I have to do to make these posts? The answer is zero, because that's the whole point of this, is you frees up your time. This will just happen on autopilot. What if you don't like an article that gets posted? Well, you control the pages, right? You can just go hit the delete button and delete any post. If you made a post and decided you didn't like it, you can delete it. If you wanted to edit it, you can edit it. You're in control of the pages, whether it's your Facebook pages, your Twitter feeds, your blogs, right? So you can always edit, change, delete anything that you're not happy with, and you're like, oh, well, I would never post something by Jimmy. So, you want to delete Jimmy, you can delete him, okay? It's that simple, because you're always in control of the end result.
Yeah,
right?
And you can also, if you want, you can actually, if you want to specify certain sites that you want to pull the post from, you can actually do that. Usually, I let the artificial intelligence have free reign, but if you want to say, hey, I only really like stuff from this, and that site, you can basically do that, and then within that, it will look for like the best ones that match the keywords in question. Now, having said that, as far as the posting goes, if you say post every day, but let's say you have like like some very unique keywords where there might not be an article every day that essentially match that, it will not post an article if there's nothing there. But if, let's say, in like a given day, there's like a dozen articles that essentially match, it will try to post what it thinks would be the popular one. And then on another day, if there's nothing new, it can try to post maybe one that's like not as new, but like still what appears to be a good one. So it will always try to post stuff. But if by chance you have like a keyword that there's just not a lot of results on, it might like skip like a day or two in there until there's new stuff essentially relevant to that right there. But that's usually like never an issue unless there's like some very, very, very essentially picky keywords and you only want it to search like one or two sites, let's say. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that. And yeah, once more, this is like super easy. It literally is like, it links up to your Facebook and Twitter, accounts, and then you basically just specify what keywords you want, and then you basically check what accounts you want it to post to. That is it. Literally anyone can basically do that.
Right. Now, if you've never created a Facebook page, I know some people are kind of asking like, well, how hard is it to do this? Creating a Facebook page, okay. Now, you can turn this into like a 25-hour project if you want to, but when you make your second one, after you get done panicking over the 3 choices you have to make, you can do it in like 2 minutes, okay? Because all you need is a couple of images, which you can edit if you need to, like Brian showed you, using the Canva trial or a free online image editor if you need to. But really all you need is a couple of images, which you can get off free to use image sites, and a name for the page. Do not overthink these, because first of all, other than naming the page, you can change the images anytime you want to. And after that, all you really got to do is connect it up and say, go post, and it will post.
Yep.
So don't overthink this. Don't spend like 20 days thinking about what the name of the page is, okay? Because you're going to make far too much work out of making your page. And I can tell you that, you have to have pages to run ads. Brian and I have made pages that have run hundreds of thousands of dollars of Facebook ads that we created in 5 minutes and never looked at again. Okay, because you're just overthinking getting started when you can update really easily anytime you want to. Anybody ever have any other questions on this before we wrap up? Again, for the links to Timer Magic, the templates, all that stuff, we're going to send out an email with the link to a page where we have all that stuff laid out. So just be looking for that tomorrow, along with the replay of this that talks about all the stuff Brian talked about. And then once you log into Timer Magic, you're going to see how Timer Magic works. You're going to get a bunch of free training and stuff that's in there because we're giving you all the bonuses that come along with Timer Magic as well.
Yeah,
But if anybody has more questions, and you might because I think my system didn't scroll, we'll try to answer them for you.
yep. So there's a bunch of questions here, and here's just some right here. So there's a couple saying, well, what if I don't have a Facebook or like a Twitter account or this account or that? And again, it takes like a minute to make one, so don't let that hold you back. There's a few that are like, well, what if I don't like, what if I'm not, all that active online? Well, that's basically perfect, because in that case, this can make you look super, super active online, so you don't have to actually be active yourself. There's a couple people asking if it just posts the article itself. No, so it does not actually like post the article in whole on like your site, because that would be basically a copyright issue. What it does, it has like almost like a preview. So when they click it, it goes to the original source. But it's like if you've ever joined like a Facebook essentially group on like any topic, people oftentimes are posting stuff like, hey, what do you think of this article, or what do you think of that? And it has like it basically posts a link to like the original source, and people like view it and they basically comment on the page in question. So that's why that works real well. But we have artificial, we use artificial intelligence to find those, and also to write like a summary to give people an idea of what that essentially post is about. So it's like a win-win on both sides right there. Now, as far as if you want, there's a person that asked if they could change anything in the post itself. If you want to add like your own comments or your own like summary at the top, you certainly can change that if you'd like. You also can, of course, if there's certain ones you don't like, you can choose to get rid of those, or you can choose to like eliminate certain sites or change certain key words around. That's all fine. So yeah, you can have again tons and tons and tons of accounts that you can get access to, and don't let the number fool you right there, because again, if you have basically essentially 25 accounts right there, most of the businesses out there have like maybe 1 or 2 accounts. So there's a lot. And if ever, like, let's say you get a lot of clients and you need more, you can just get another account and have basically access to another 10 or another basically 25 right there. So that's super easy to do. And the reason why we don't have unlimited with that is because there is like a raw cost with like our server and the resources to actually manage and use the artificial intelligence to do all the stuff right there. All right. And yes, a couple people are saying, well, with the special deal, if they stay and they get charged, the special price, will the price raise up later? No, you get grandfathered in at the special pricing. So you're always locked in at that rate. Of course, you can easily cancel at any point in the time as well. And yeah, so that's all good right there. All right. All right. And as far as like the quality of the post goes, this tries to actually do a good job to find like quality ones out there. So like if it thinks one isn't basically popular, it will skip basically past that. So it actually, like, as you saw, the examples that you showed, like those aren't ones that I like kind of like weeded through. Those are like the first few ones there. So it's like it does a really awesome job with that. You just want to make sure like the keywords that you basically use, just make sure that it's basically relevant to what you want right there. All right. All right. So let's see. Oh, as far as like how long it takes to make a blog, well, you can go to blogger.com right now, which is owned by basically Google, and you can make a blog within 5 minutes or less. Super, super easy. So again, don't let that hold you back right there. And on basically the next week when we have the bonus training, I'll walk you through some of that stuff there as well. So you don't have to worry about any of that. And we'll also kind of walk through how you can use this to get other clients and stuff like that. All right. All right, yeah, so don't overthink like the Facebook page or the blog stuff. Literally, guys, that can be done in a matter of minutes. And there's walkthroughs in that. And next week on the training, I'll also show you exactly how to basically do all that as well. Kind of like almost like a jump start course. And on top of that, that's also why we give you 30 days free to try that out right there. So tons of time for something that only takes literally minutes to start. And yes, if you want to have like your own offers, your own links, or like affiliate links on your own stuff on like your Facebook page and all that, that's all fine. You certainly can basically post anything you want. This will just basically post stuff in addition to whatever else you want. So it's actually a great idea to have like, if you want to have like a giveaway on your page, and if you want to have like your own offers, absolutely great. And I encourage you to. This just makes even more stuff so it looks like you have a popular site that's a lot more stuff on it. So just keep that in mind. All right. And yes, it just finds basically popular posts out there, and it posts a preview of those blog posts or of those news posts and stuff on your site. But when they basically click it, they still would go to the original source. So it's not like you're basically copying an entire article or anything from anyone else. It's a way to basically say like, hey, if let's say MarketWatch or Money.com has like a new article on stocks, I could have a post saying, hey, what do you guys think of this article here that says, a recession is a month away? And it would post a link to that, yet you can get the engagement and all that stuff on your blog. So that's how that works right there. All right. So when you do a post on your site, the post would be on your site under like there's a person asking if it would be like anonymous. It'd be posted to your site as though it's from like basically the page itself, or the admin or whatnot right there. So it's not like you'd be like an anonymous poster or you'd have your own name on it if you don't want or anything like that. All right, Sean, I think I answered all the main questions right there. If there's any other questions, you guys can always reach out to us on our support as well, which is also available at, I think we have a link at the bottom of the special offer page. I'll just check that really quick to make sure it is there. And Sean, if you see any other questions, feel free to mention them. If not, we can wrap this up here.
I think we got all the answers either answered out loud or written out for everybody. Anthony, that's absolutely fine. That's not a problem. That answered that question. If you got any other questions, please type them in real quick. We'll just wrap up. Again, we're sending an email to you tomorrow that'll have this replay, the links to the content, the templates, timer magic, all that stuff, so that you just have links to everything rather than trying to give it out over the webinar. And then you can focus and get everything, so you're all good. Yeah, so, okay, I can answer this question. You can wrap up, Brian.
All right. Yeah, link should work fine. So I just resent you the link, Anthony, just in case. It's just newsposter.biz/special. And with that, if there's any issues or any problems at all, just write support@firstratesupport.com. And that is also available on the link that you see on the page right there at the very, very bottom of the page. It has the support email right there. You should receive, like a welcome email within like a couple minutes. If not, just write support@firstratesupport.com after you check your spam just in case, and they'll get back to you right away with that. And be on the lookout for essentially a bonus training for this next week, as well as next week we'll have the third Money Hacks call as well, with some more free software as well for you. So with that, I think we answered all the questions, or at least we summed up like most of them all right here. But again, if there's anything we missed, feel free to write support@firstratesupport.com. And with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, as well as a happy Halloween. Yeah, we will talk to you guys later. Take care.